Hello. So today we will learn about another alternative on GPT for all. So this one is actually a more advanced local text generation web UI. So aside from those default models that you can see on the GPT for all, you can actually download new models that are coming up right now from HuggingFace. So using this tool, you can test and you can train new models if you have like custom data. So probably the fine tuning will come up later. But for now, I'm just going to show you how you can actually download and start with this new application. Okay. So first, you just need to go to Google and then search for Oobabooga Web UI. You can also search for just text generation web UI, right? So you can do this. You'll see the same. First result is always the GitHub page. So you can open this, and this is the GitHub repository. So you can see here there's the README file, and what you want to do is go to one-click installers just to make our lives easy. And right now I'm using Windows, as you can see. So we're just going to download this Oobabooga Windows.zip. So just click this, and it will ask for the location where you want to download the file. And we go to that folder, and we're just going to extract this. So I'm using 7-zip extract files. All right, and now we have this. So once you have this extracted folder, you'll see these web UI, update Windows, start Windows, instructions, and CMD. So if you want to have, or if you want to see more instructions on how to install this, you can actually just open this text file right here. But what you can do is just click on Start Windows. So double click or just click enter. We just want to run this batch file, and we'll wait for it to download all the installer files, and we'll wait for it to set up all the necessary uh, applications that it needs. And then after that, it will ask for if we're using like a GPU, a video card, or if we're going to run this Oobabooga text generation web UI using CPU. So we'll wait for that. So while it's installing the packages, I'm just going to pause the video for now. Okay, so now it's done installing necessary applications or necessary libraries. So we now have this question: do you want to run it in GPU or using just CPU mode? So right now we're using a really old computer, so we're just going to select D for now. But if you have on your computer, if you're using like a gaming laptop or a gaming computer and you have your separate video card, if you have NVIDIA, you can press A for NVIDIA and then B for AMD, or if you're using Mac, so you can go for C. Right now I'm just going to proceed with D. Okay. And it's going to collect all the necessary JSON file and all the other things that it needs to set up. So I'm going to pause the video again. Okay, so now we're done with the installation, and you'll see here we run into some warnings. So that's fine, it's only a warning anyway. It's because we're not using any GPU. And here you'll see that it will say running on local URL. That's 127.0.0.1. This is localhost 7860. So we can actually just highlight this, and I'm just going to right click, and then we can go to the browser, and I'm just going to copy it. All right. So this is how it will look like. But right now, same as the GPT for all. So this is only just an interface, okay? Just the front end. If we say something, let's say hi, it will not return anything because right now we don't have any model loaded. So if we go back to the terminal, the command prompt, it will see that you'll see that there's an error. No model is loaded. Select the one in the model tab. So going back to the browser, you'll see there earlier we were in the text generation tab, and you can go to model, And here we don't have any model right now. We still need to download the model. Okay, so how do you download the model? So you need to open another website which is called HuggingFace. All right, so we go to HuggingFace and go to their website. All right, so here you can go to models or you can actually search for a model directly. And right now we're looking for any, let's just look for any, okay, we have this Llama 2 7B chat. All right. Actually, this is so hot today because Llama 2 has just released their, well, Meta has released this Llama model, and this is now the version 2. As you know, the previous one is like become the foundation of all these open source large language models. So let's just say I always like to go with the bloke. So we have this the bloke, and then he released this all these Llama 2. So I'm just going to go with maybe just the chat GGML. All right. And the most of our parsecs enable acceleration. Maybe this is we can try, but I think this might not work. So if you want to download the model, you can just copy this. Actually, let's just be safe. Let's go with Wizard Vicuña for now. Or if you're going to use this for coding, you can also go with the some Wizard coder, and there's also some star coder that you can also use. Let's just search for Vicuña, and let's use this one. All right, so let's just use this one for now. I'm just going to copy this. On your device, you can always experiment on these models. So you can search for these models. If you don't know what specific model you're looking for, you can go to Models tab, right? And here you should be able to find some text generation. So there's some. Let's go with these are all the text generation large language models. So all of this, and you want to look for maybe if you have the same like me, you don't have like a powerful device. Always settle for like 7B or 3B here. So this is 6B chat GLM. So you don't want this 70B. That's too much. And 13B actually might need some extra juice as well to run this bad boy right here. So this 13B. And if you want to look for something like an uncensored, so you can always, you don't want to always encounter this as an AI model, or if you're just asking for something and it thinks that something can be like illegal or maybe harmful, it will try to, it will not answer your question. So if you don't want something like that, always look for an uncensored version. So you see all these uncensored version here. And we have this Wizard Vicuña uncensored GPTQ. I'm looking for GGML actually, uncensored. Let's see if I can search for GGML. All right, this is 13B. We're looking for 7B. There you go. You have this Yamato 7B chat uncensored. Let's see if we can actually. So you can check here. They would usually say if they're compatible with the text generation web UI. And normally this user right here, the bloke, he will provide some he will provide some uh, of these models which are usually compatible with the web the text generation web UI. So for this one, maybe we can try this. This is an uncensored. No, I think there's a lot of models right here. Well, yeah, you can just experiment on this on your own. You can download these models, try if it works. If not, you can move on to another model. For now, I'm just going to settle with the Vicuña 7B version 1.3. Okay, so you want to copy this LMSys Vicuña 75 V1.3. You just click this to copy, and then you want to go back to text generation web UI. And here we are still in the model tab, and here there's a text box. So you just want to paste here, and then click download, and let it download the model automatically. So we'll just wait for it to download. There's this download progress bar right there. If you go into terminal in the command prompt, you'll also see this. So it's currently downloading 9 gig. This is quite big. So this PC right here has 16 gig of RAM. So if you're going to run, if you want to know if you can run a certain model, you can check on the size. So if it's 9 gig, for example, 9 gig, it will try to load this to this whole model. It will load this into the RAM. So make sure that you have enough RAM to accommodate this size of the model. So same, I'm just going to pause this video for now, and let's continue when it's done. All right, so we're back. Um, when you finish a download, you'll see that there's this done message right here. So what we want to do now is if you go back to this drop down, you'll see that there's still nothing. You want to click this reset or refresh, and now we will have a list of a new list. So we now have this LMSys Vicuña 7B. So let's just wait. Let's click on load. All right, and let's wait for it to load. All right, so um, we encountered an issue here. It says Torch not compiled with the CUDA enabled. So this is one problem when we are not using any GPU. And I believe we should have set a flag first that we will be using CPU right here. So what we can do is set this. There's the CPU, or what? Um, there's this. No, let's go with chat settings. There's supposed to be somewhere. I think that's it. If I check this and then reload, if not, what we can do is go back here and then set some flags. I believe there's another flag for just load it to CPU. Let's try this one. So now, after waiting for a couple of minutes, it responded with just hello. That's worth the wait. So one use case, why you would choose this kind of model, why you would want to use uh, text generation web UI compared to ChatGPT or any other online text generation models out there, is because you can use an uncensored model. So I believe this one we're using right now is not uncensored. So if we try to ask it something which is a little bit illegal, like for example how to pick a lock, it will not answer. But if you can download like any of those uncensored model, like this one for example, If we can download this and then load that in this text generation web UI, then you can ask those questions. And it's well, of course, that's only for research purposes, right? Okay, use this responsibly, okay? Thank you.